So, hey everyone, welcome to Tutort Academy. So, my name is Chirag Vaishnav, and in this podcast, we are going to discuss something really special, and I'm definitely sure that it will be beneficial for you guys. So, we all face a problem that if we are in a service-based company, we want to switch to product-based company due to a lot of factors. One of them including the work culture, the work pressure, and the pay. Right. So today we are having our special guest. So we will be discussing all these things with him, right? Okay, guess that how we have to switch from service based to product based, and how was his journey basically. So without further ado, let's get started. So hi sir, how are you?
I'm doing great. How about you, Chirag?
So I am doing amazing as well. Actually, I was waiting for this podcast and it was being postponed. So I was feeling a kab hoga,
Yeah,
but finally it's happening. So let's
yeah,
start with a quick introduction so
yeah,
that audience can get comfortable with you. And considering we have all the
yeah.
audience from the starting to intermediate to advanced.
Hmm.
So let's get started with the podcast.
Sure. So currently I'm working as an associate software engineer too at PowerSchool, and I was graduated from CBIT Hyderabad. I don't know what tier. I think it's tier 3 or 4. I don't know what. It's a college in Hyderabad, and that is where I graduated from. I graduated in 2020, and then I was not getting placed in any company, and then somehow I cracked TCS, and then I worked there for a year, and then I switched to a product-based company. The name is PowerSchool, and it is based out of US. It has around 40 products, and they recently started their operations in India. The branch is in Bangalore. So it's an amazing journey so far in PowerSchool, and things are very good over here. That's pretty much about what I'm doing right now,
Okay.
and it was a roller coaster for me, right from my college days till here. So yeah, that's all.
Exactly. As you said, it was a roller coaster day because roller coaster ride basically. Because from switching from a service based company to product based company is not a easy. It's a hard way to crack, right? So how
Yeah.
was your journey basically? Because and you are the best person who can explain the difference between service based and product based, considering the work culture and pay scale and all the things. So the
Mhm.
what I want to ask is first let's discuss that how was your journey, and at the end after your journey, what was the result that you got?
Yeah, sure. So right from my college days, right from the first year of engineering, I was not interested in computer science, honestly. First year, it just passed by and I didn't know what
Okay.
happened, and I didn't do much. Second year, also, I didn't do much. Then there is an organization called ISEC. I joined that organization. I was basically exploring myself, like what all professions would be, good for me, and what would interest me in. So I did a lot of sales, I did a lot of marketing, I did recruitment. I also worked at Uber for around 2 months, Uber Hyderabad, and I did a lot of things apart from software engineering till my third year of engineering. And from third year, second semester, I got to know that companies would be coming to the college, and I didn't even pass the uh, GPA bar that was set by my placement coordinator.
Hmm.
It was 6 GPA, and my GPA was not even 6. But when I heard that companies would be coming to interview us,
Hmm.
so that is when I realized that I have got around 3 semesters. That time my GPA was around 5.78, if I remember, and I was not, getting a chance to even sit for TCS or Wipro, Infosys, and all. I had no backlogs, but then I was not interested. That's the point. Then I thought that all my engineering days and all, I mean, this degree should be of some worth and all. And mentors at Uber helped me a lot. They were all recruiters. I was in the recruitment department, so I got to know a lot about tech. I used to also talk to a lot of engineers at Uber, and they all explained me what exactly is going on and how the market is. So everyone encouraged me to go into software. So that is when I decided to switch back to engineering. I didn't do much coding. I didn't do any coding, honestly. Very less of hacker rank. That's all I did. That is basically what I did, and I made few projects here and there in second year and third year. So 3-2 passed by, and then I somehow managed to get a GPA of 6.02 or something like that. At the end, I got 6.2. That's my GPA. That was just
Above the
just to
bar.
get into TCS. So I was very happy. Yeah, I was very happy that at least I got a job from the college, and I'm not jobless after I get my degree. So
Exactly.
that was about my college life. Yeah, I was just hoping that I get placed somewhere. At least I don't want to be someone who is not placed anywhere.
Hmm.
Though I could have joined any other company as a salesperson or a recruitment person, but I was not getting that kick in that job. I felt it was very easy for me. I was getting very comfortable in that. I wanted some challenging job. So
Yes.
software was really good for me. And then right from my first day of TCS, I decided that I have 1 year and I really need to work hard and switch to a good tier one or tier
Good
two
tier.
product based company. Yeah, exactly. So that is what I decided to do right from the first day of TCS. So around 3 months, I was on bench when I joined TCS. So I was not getting any projects. So I utilized that time. After that, again had around 6-7 months. So after that, I got a project. I was working for a UK client. My timings were
Yeah.
very good. This helped me a lot in my preparation. My timings were 12:30 to 9:30 p.m. But usually we used to log out at around 7:30 or 7. So I was getting a lot of time from 6 a.m. to around 12
Hmm.
p.m.
Exactly.
So I utilized those 6 hours in my preparation, and the weekends I was doing around 15-16 hours of coding in my weekends. So that is when I realized that okay, this is something I really love, and software engineering is a very good profession, and I think I would do great in this profession, is what I analyzed myself out of coding.
Exactly.
So in the journey, I had a lot of downs. I was very much discouraged. I mean, I thought, I wouldn't be able to crack the companies because I was someone who was, I was someone who was starting coding from scratch. I was getting syntax error everywhere. I was having difficulties writing logics and all. So somehow I developed the logics and all. First 2-3 months I was just struggling a lot with syntax errors. I started with hacker rank first, and then I switched to a bit of geeks for geeks, and finally when I was comfortable, then I moved to lead code. Even in lead code, I was facing difficulties in solving easy level questions. So that is pretty much a brief introduction of what I exactly did in my college, and then what I did in my 1 year.
Exactly.
If there's anything you want to know more in what I did in my journey of how I prepared, then I would love to share more.
Exactly. Also, the LinkedIn profile for SARS LinkedIn will be in the description. You can go check it out, right? So, if you want any advice from him, so he's really helping. So he will for sure help you out, right? So, sir, one question that I wanted to ask you, that in your journey you started lead code, you solved around 200 plus questions and all the things. So, how Tutort Academy helped you basically in this?
So I was around 5 months into my preparation, and then I thought that I was someone who was doing it all by myself. There are so many YouTubers around in the internet. If you search for DSA course or anything related to data structures algorithms, you will find tons of YouTubers right nowadays who are making a lot of content on YouTube.
Yes.
So that was very much helpful, but then I wanted a good mentor, honestly. I was looking for a guidance, and that is where Tutort came into my life. So I was around 5 months or 6 months into my preparation, and I wanted some good guidance. I was doing link list. By that time I had covered most of the topics. I wanted to do link list trees, DP, and graphs. Those were the remaining topics, and I wanted great guidance in that. And also, how could I switch to a product based company, and how could I actually crack interviews, because I had zero core software engineering interview experiences, and I wanted to crack big companies. So I thought, I thought I should join a course or something like that, that would help me in my interviews and help me with tips and tricks, and also prepare me for those interviews and always guide me whenever I feel discouraged. I also started coding with a lot of random people. I messaged a lot of people on Discord, on YouTube comments. So we eventually joined, and then we started coding together. At the end of the day, we used to share like how many questions we did each other. But then after certain point, uh, we were not doing well enough. I was not doing well enough, or he was not doing well enough. So I was not getting that encouragement, or I was not getting that motivation to continue. Motivation was a very big factor in
Big
this journey
factor.
for me, and
Exactly.
something something Tutort provided me. That is when I contacted Tutort, and then they explained me the model. I really loved that it is very much tailored for all the professionals, and they are not aiming at students. So professionals, the biggest problems of people who are working in the industry is like it is time, basically. So they're basically crunching for time. They work from 9 a.m. to around they work around 16 17 hours a day, honestly. Sometimes in this company I'm working around from 10 a.m. to 2 a.m. also I'm working. So this is something I love, but I am not it's I don't take as a burden now. I'm enjoying what I do.
Yes.
So this is something Tutort also provided me, and Tutort has already contributed a lot in this. So that is when I joined Tutort, and it was a very good course, and it was only for 3 months. I was looking for a short course with great guidance, with great mentorship, so that I could crack interviews. And I checked a lot of academies on internet. Everyone was asking for a lot of money, and it was around 7 months, 8 months, 9 months. This
Exactly.
was a perfect course for someone who is working. So that is when I, contacted Tutort, and I started with Tutort.
Exactly. So we have
Yeah.
discussed about your journey, how tutor helped you, and how you basically fought your journey. So after the end result was that you switched from a service-based company to a product-based company. So you are the best person to explain that what is the difference in so many terms. So it will be great if you can help us out.
Sure. So what I noticed in TCS or any other service-based companies, like I have friends who are working in Infosys, Wipro, Capgemini, and all those companies as well, is that we don't get a lot of exposure. We don't get product ownership or project ownership, or we are someone who are, neglected, I would say, because it's a huge company. Okay, TCS is a huge company, or any company, any service-based company is a very huge company, and we are not getting a lot of exposure to a lot of content, a lot of code and all those things, because in TCS you get to work on a coding project very rarely, because most of the projects are of, maintenance, that's all. So getting a good project is a very tough chance, and then if you are into a project which you are not liking, and you want to switch to another project, then you won't get a release from your project manager. That is something I have faced as well. So this is a tough task, switching to a good project and all. You literally need to fight with the project manager so that he allows you to go to another project. That was a task. And also you basically get nothing. I mean, not, I wouldn't say nothing, but you basically get paid very less if you compare it with a good product based company at
Yes.
the end. But I wouldn't say that it is a bad company, because TCS also helped me a lot in my learning. I learned a lot of things in TCS. They have great educational resources that they are providing. We had free Udemy, we had free LinkedIn Learning, we had so many of them, and I utilized that a lot in my coding journey. I Whatever development I did, or whatever development I learned, was from those free resources that TCS provided me. And during my course at TCS, I learned a lot of things, but at the end I was not enjoying the work, or I was looking for something more challenging that I didn't find at TCS, and now I found it.
Exactly. Exactly.
So yeah, that's what I would say is exposure and great project
So
is something very important.
exactly. So we have learned a lot. We have learned a lot in such few minutes from your experience that how you did all the things. So at the end, any advice from your side to a student who is currently working in service based or want to switch to product based, or who is directly aiming at product based? So any advice from your side?
I would suggest what exactly they are aiming for. If they are aiming for big companies like Amazon, Amazon, Flipkart, Microsoft, then they had to be really good at the game at DCDSA. If they are fine with the easier or the medium level topics like linked list, arrays and all, if they're very good at that, then they can aim for tier 2 product based companies. So I would say that they should start slow and aim for the quality of development, quality of data structures algorithms. I started from HackerRank because that platform is very good for beginners and the level of questions are very good when you are a beginner. And then I gradually moved to LeetCode because most of the interviewers ask questions from LeetCode. And the best part about LeetCode is the section wherein you find interview experiences that helped me a lot. And most of the questions are repeated from those sections of companies. And whenever I used to get demotivated, I used to go to the compensation section of LeetCode, and I used to see salaries of different companies, different roles, and that used to motivate me a lot.
Exactly.
So that is something I really did. And I messaged a lot of people on LinkedIn. I asked them how they moved from service based to a product based company. I used to put a filter of current company as TCS, or previous company of TCS and current company as Microsoft. And I used to ask them how was your journey and all. They helped me a lot. Just randomly messaging people also helps you a lot. I spoke to a lot of people. So I would say just start slow, start with something you like, and eventually give yourself time. And quality matters a lot. Don't focus for 500 600 questions on LeetCode. Do around 200 300, whatever it is. If you are comfortable, if you are able to solve the medium level questions in 15 minutes, 20 minutes, then you should believe that you are ready to go for
Quality is
interviews.
greater than quantity.
Exactly. Quality is definitely important, and that is what I have also focused. Eventually, even I was going after quantity because I wanted to do more and more questions, and then I realized that it is not going to help. And also, whenever suppose you have submitted the code on LeetCode, and whenever you see that your code is like 98% accepted or something like that, the acceptance rate, you should always go and see others' code as well. You will find many people who have written code in lesser time than yours, and the quality of code is great over there in the section wherein people share codes and all.
Exactly.
So I also contribute to the LeetCode community by helping answering questions and all. It helps a lot in your case because sometimes sometimes it happens that you tend to forget the patterns or the questions. So if you are helping someone out, then you also remember that, okay, this is a person I helped, and this is the question that is now being asked in my interview. Yeah, exactly. So I would say that start slow, start with something you like, and pick a language, a good oops language. I picked up Java because I was good with Java, and then I started with HackerRank, and then eventually I moved to LeetCode. When you think that you are able to solve good algorithms questions on HackerRank, easy ones or medium ones, and then after that you move to LeetCode and try to solve a lot of easy ones, and then only move to medium ones. Once you feel you're enough, you're capable of solving in easy questions, then only you move to the medium level questions. So always start with
Exactly.
a brute force approach. That helps a lot. That is what the interviewers are also looking for.
Exactly.
I even though I knew the question, I always used to start with brute force approach. I know the most optimal approach of solving a question. I still used to start with optimal, brute force approach, and eventually you will end up solving a problem in a very good way.
That's
So
that's
when
the
now
thing
even
that
now,
that's the thing that
yeah,
students are looking for, your experience and all the things. Like I personally have learned a
yeah,
lot in such a short span of time. Like
yeah,
we have to contribute to the
yeah.
community, how we can see the percentage, or how we can improvise ourselves, and at the end, as you said, so
Mm,
we have learned a lot in this session.
yeah,
Exactly.
it's nice.
So thank you, sir, for such an amazing session.
Sure,
And I'm glad that I did this session. And I'm definitely sure this session will help a lot of students. So we have discussed from the
sure,
starting that your journey, how you started, what happened, how you switched, what took you, what type, how much amount of work you did to switch from that to this. What are the advantage, basically difference in product based and service based,
yeah.
and at the end, your advice. So it was really lovely session, and thank you, sir, for such an amazing session. And I wish you all the luck for all your future
Sure.
endeavors.